Hey guys, it's me, Erica, and we are going to do our next zoo sleeve, which is sharks. Okay. This one's pretty straightforward. It's lots of fun. On a half arm, you're going to go, from your wrist to your forearm, or from your, your wrist to your elbow, just on the forearm, or your elbow to your shoulder, just on the top part of your arm. Okay. So we're gonna do blue, lots of blue, because this is an ocean scene. And I'm doing it on paper. Paper is a lot more thirsty than skin, so I end up using a lot more paint on paper than I do skin, but I want to show you the opacity that we're trying to achieve, okay? So you can still see there's some variation in there. I'm not really worried about that. What I'm worried about is that we have, pretty much full coverage. We're going to put other elements in here, okay? Now, sharks, like our tropical scene, will also have some waves involved and a lot of play on white. So we're going to get our white out. Lightest to darkest, right? So I'm going to try to put some little bubbles in here. These look so cute. Bubbles are so fun to do. You make a circle with a stencil, kind of like that, and then you come in just to one, spot. Pop a little highlight. Circle around the stencil. Pop in a highlight. Oop, I moved my thing too fast. Didn't count to 3. You can always come back and throw that highlight back in there. You can always flip over your stencils to get kind of a different pattern or effect. That's totally fine. Just remember, when you're cleaning your stencils, you're cleaning front and back, and you're not using the wet side of a stencil right away, okay? So I'm also going to put some sunbeams coming in through here, so I'm going to use the edge of this stencil. I'll hold it flat. Just like there's a little bit of sun beaming down from the surface. I just kind of pick one central spot and let that kind of radiate out. That was a little heavy-handed, but that's okay. So staying with my whites, I'm going to get my tropical waves and put them at the top of my water line right here, okay? So, moving into more colors. This stencil with the sharks is amazing. Whoever made this, it's wonderful. We've got, all different kinds of sharks here, plus this little coral bit right here. I like to come in with this coral bit before I put the sharks down, just so I can kind of have a little bit of definition on the bottom of the sleeve here. So this would be where the person's wrist is, or maybe this is at their elbow joint if it's a top part of the arm, okay? So I'm gonna come in with some green. I'm just gonna kind of make some little like randomy bits. So that looks like kind of the bottom of an ocean, right? Got some kelp growing there or something, right? All right, this is the fun stuff. Now we get to put our sharks in the shark infested water. I like to put my big guy on top. Here's Mr. Great White. Right up there. And I try to get close and I try to use like gentle pressure so I don't get too much bleed. There's Mr. Great White. Here's a hammerhead. And I try to get these really opaque. I don't want to kind of like have them, you know, kind of ombre in the middle. I want them to be solid silhouettes, right? And this stencil is great because there's a lot of curves and shapes to your sharks. So you can kind of stack them however you want to stack them. And there's always a little bit of room for everybody. 1, 2, 3. So we've got our shark infested waters, okay? Now, I like to be dramatic. I don't know if you know me very well, but I'm dramatic. And I like to kind of tell a story and add some drama. It's not a lot of fun just to be like, oh, and there's sharks in the ocean. Of course there are. But what if somebody was in jeopardy, or what if there was something happening in the water, right? So Coily has a great surfer dude that she puts at the top of her ocean, which I think is great. I have a little pirate ship, and so I put a little pirate ship up here. And this is also a topaz stencil. It's super cute. And it just kind of adds to a story. You know, we're storytellers, really, you know, as artists. We're telling a story. And you can see my white kind of faded away, so I'm going to come in here with a few more ocean waves for this design. My white quick release is not happy. All right, there we go. So here's this thin little white line keeping these pirates safe from all these hungry sharks down here. And I just think that's a really cool kind of storyline. Kind of adds a little bit of drama. Throw some sparkles on there, and you're done.